I believe a lot of you guys have probably seen this scene from the movie The Wolf of Wall Street.
Leonardo DiCaprio is trying to let the audience sell the pen to him. But maybe little do you know, this character is based on the true story of a real-life person. And this person, aka the real Wolf of Wall Street, also acted in this scene of the movie. Yes, that's him, the moderator. And he wrote this book.
Today I'm gonna walk you through the most valuable takeaways from this book, so you don't have to read this book yourself, which I will explain at the end of this video. So let me grab a coffee first and then we'll dive into it.
People don't buy on logic, they buy on emotion, and then justify their decision with logic.
This is probably the best line through the whole book, and I have seen many people who have cited this sentence before. If you run business like dropshipping or SMMA, and you're probably gonna use this concept in your business.
What that means is your marketing must be possibly persuasive and has the ability to awaken their emotions to increase their buying potential. But at the same time, your product or service must be of enough good quality. It can't be garbage. Because when the customer once got your product, they will judge it by logic. If they find out your product is not as same as your promise, or even not beyond their expectations, they will not let you get away with that. They probably will ask for a refund.
If you are selling something, design your store or your ads as if they can awaken the deepest craving of the customer out of their bottom of their heart. And you can then future pace them. That's what Jordan called this method in his book, of how life will be easier if they having this product. Or you can amplify their pain when they don't buy this product, and which I will talk about more after. And the same goes for agency owners. You have to let your prospect know how your service gonna help them life be easier and what kind of loss it will be if they don't choose you.
We do not make a full-blown sales presentation to someone who is not interested in buying what we are selling.
And I have to say, this has really blown my mind, because I thought that this guy is like some magician and he will use his magic to persuade everyone to buy his product. But it turns out that this is exactly the opposite of what he preaches.
He told us, as a salesman, we don't want to waste time on people who don't need the product. It will only waste our energy and time. Instead, we want to weed these people out as quickly as possible during the intelligence gathering phase by asking them questions. Because it's not our job to turn these people with zero interest to our prospect. We turn the people who need the product but are currently not sure about it into our buyers.
Let's watch a clip of him and Piers Morgan about this classic "Sell me the pen."
Sell me the pen.
Okay, here's what I'm going to meet you halfway with this, and I'll give a little sales training here about the trap of selling a pen. So when you tell someone to sell a pen like this, there's no context to sell you a pen because I don't know anything about you. I don't know what type of pens you use and whatnot. So when you do this to a salesperson, they'll say some really wacky stuff. So the best thing to say is I would say to Pierce, how long have you been in the market for a pen?
I wanted a pen for 3 months.
So you've been looking for a pen for 3 months now?
Yes.
Really? And what type of pens do you typically use when you use a pen?
I like a nice, easy-to-use ballpoint pen or something.
Okay, so now just so you know what I'm doing, so I want to teach a little bit here, is that the idea is that when you sell someone something is you need to be asking questions first to qualify, to find out what someone's needs are, what they like. The big mistake of salesmen, pen, this is the best pen in the world, Pierce, it writes upside down, so obviously it defies gravity, it's cheap. So if you do that, you sound like a moron, basically.
But are you going to give me truthful responses to
here's the answer. If you would have said to me, I don't really use a pen. I said, oh, really? Will you be in the market for a pen in all the next few weeks or so? You'd say, no. I said, have a nice day. I'm going to go find someone who wants a pen. I don't want to sell someone a pen that doesn't need a pen. So the first thing you do is ask questions. How often do you use a pen? What type of pen do you... So that's the way to really do this correctly. Otherwise, you're basically just jamming a pen down someone's throat.
And you see, he preaches what he used in real life.
Goal-oriented communication.
Everything you do in the sales should service only for the same ultimate goal, and that is to increase the prospect's level of certainty. That being said, you should definitely not do the chit-chatting, talking about the weather, making stupid statements, etc. all the things that are not relevant to the sale, not relevant to the ultimate goal, you should not do them.
This is also the mistake that the novices always make. They thought this will help them close the client, but in fact this will only lead to the opposite.
Act as if you are already a rich man and you will become rich. Act as if you have unmatched confidence and you will become confident.
This reminds me of another American saying, fake it till you make it. Well, at least for me, it makes a lot of sense. I believe for people who is successful, we see them as if their success came overnight, like a point in the timeline. But for them, it's just a normal working day, because they live every day like this. And that means this act if helped them to be able to imagine what a successful man looked like since day one. And they will act like that all the way till the day of success, which helped them to be mentally prepared for any challenge coming to them. And people around them will also perceive their confidence and thinking they're experts. They know what they are saying or doing. Human beings make their worst personal decisions when they are in a disempowered state, and their best decisions when they are in an empowered state. And in fact, we can be proactive when it comes to choosing our emotional state.
When a man is drowning, he will grab everything in his reach to save his life. So always make sure that you are in an empowered state so that you have more options and so that you can make better decisions. And about choosing our emotional state, Jordan Belfort has introduced several methods in his book. For example, the NLP method, anchoring our emotions, or to change our physiology so that our emotions are also changed. But I would suggest a method that I have been using, and that is to embrace the Stoicism. And I find this method extremely helpful. So basically it means whatever the outside condition is, we remain unfazed and disciplined. And to that topic I will also make a video.
Amplify their pain.
So as I said before, the most powerful strategy is to amplify their pain. When you successfully manage to let them reveal their pain to you, the last thing you want to do is to say like, okay, don't worry, our product or our service is gonna take away all your pain and all you need to do is to relax. Now let me explain everything to you and you don't to worry about nothing. So by doing this, you are turning a buyer in heat into a buyer in power, and that's what they call in this book. And this is not good.
Instead, you want to amplify their pain. Ask them follow-up questions that lead them to experience greater pain at some point down the road if they don't take action now. That will let your prospect not only understand the ramifications of not taking action to solve the pain, but also feel those. Always use a script.
Everything in the show or in television is scripted. And if it's not, no one would ever watch the show or television anymore, because if everyone's just being spontaneous, it will be chaotic. And the same goes for YouTube and the same goes for the sales.
I used to think that the big YouTubers, they can all speak freely without any script or rehearsal or any kind of preparation. But at the end, I realized even the biggest YouTuber whose native tongue is English are using scripts for every video of them. That's what makes their video have great quality and not being chaotic. So always write a script, always bring the audience the best version of the show. Focus on benefits, not features, and focus on benefits, not energy.
So in a sale, you only want to briefly mention the features and not to expand on them too much, because at the end of the day, it's only the benefits what matters to them. All they want to know is that if your product or your service gonna help their life be easier or not. And when your prospect asks about your price, you don't want to only tell them that, oh, it's $2,000 per month, and you say nothing more, because that will sounds like to them, oh, okay, that's all the energies that I put in, and how about my benefits? And it doesn't sound like a fair deal to me.
It seems like they don't exist or they don't worth this price. Although, just a few minutes ago, you list every benefit for him explicitly. It turns out that every time they ask for price, you have to mention the benefits. You can say something like, "It's only $2,000 and let me quickly tell you what you'll get for that. You're going to get benefit 1, 2, 3, and again, you don't have to invest much time at all, and even if you only do half well as my other clients, the only thing you would regret is not knowing me 6 months ago."
With that being said, you always want to list the benefits and let them balance out the expenditure of the energy of your prospects. Okay, and that's basically all the important takeaways from this book.
Of course, Jordan has also introduced the concepts such as straight line system, state management, body language, and the tonality, etc. If you're a fan of him, go grab this book and read it. Otherwise, I wouldn't recommend you to read the full book. It's totally sufficient to watch this video if you want to get the essence of this book.
This book itself is kind of repetitive, I would say, and the methods mentioned in this book are specifically for the people who are doing like cold acquisitions, in sales presentations, and if you don't have this kind of need, maybe you don't have to read this book fully by yourself. This is my first video about books. Thank you guys for watching. And if you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe and let me know in the comments. So, see you next time.